In a world where consistency is rare in rap, Benny the Butcher delivers a tape that proves he still got the streets on smash. Let's talk about it. What's going on, y'all? It's your man Lighthouse. Welcome back to another episode of Everything for Everybody, where we break down the music that's moving culture, whether it's trending or timeless. Today we're talking about Summertime Butch, the latest mixtape from Buffalo's own Benny the Butcher. Now let's be clear, this is Benny's 18th mixtape. We're talking about a 2-decade vet who didn't get his flowers until 2016 when he and his Griselda bloodline, Westside Gunn and Conway the Machine, started shaking the underground with Tana Talk 3 and The Plugs I Met. Fast forward through Burden of Proof, the dusty return of Tana Talk 4, and last summer's divisive Summertime Butch, Benny is back. With Excelsior still cooling and a surprise sequel already heating things up, it's still foot on gas with Benny the Butcher. After the soulful intro, Summer Feeling, we're dropped into Jasmine with Westside Gunn, where Derringer brings that signature timeless tension. The track Hood on Fire links him with Bruiser Wolf for a lo-fi joint produced by Derringer as well. And this track complements both Benny and Bruiser. It's the perfect pocket for both MCs to flex their skill set. Bruiser Wolf is interesting and super unique, and I get a kick out of him doing the hook on this joint, you know? I'm a fan of Bruiser Wolf, and we featured him on the show already with the Potluck album. This is like a collaboration I've been waiting on. Bruiser Wolf is dope with really captivating wordplay. I have a bunch of artists I want to hear him rhyme with, but this is a perfect start and a great scratch off on my bucket list of who I think Bruiser Wolf should collaborate with, you know what I mean? Then the song Told You So finds Benny in victory lap mode, gliding over a Mike Will Made It beat that feels tailor fit for braggadocious reflection. I love his cadence on this track, and this song is actually tough. He doesn't stop there. Summer 25 comes in with cinematic horns and a message. Benny's outside and he's never been easier to find. Herbo hops in on Why Would I? A cloudy trap banger laced with resentment for backstabbers turned spectators. On track 77 Club, Benny stares down his critics, reminding them that the analytics don't lie. This joint is produced by Black Metaphor. Extremely spooky, way too tough, my guy. Like Black Metaphor, brother, this shit is fire. This beat is tough. This, as a producer, yeah, this one, gotta take my hats off to this one. And let's not rush past gold-plated Leica, where OT the Real pulls up to flex from Pittsburgh to Austin on some coast-to-coast type shit. He's dope too. OT the Real got my attention on Stabbed and Shot 2 for the song Internal Affairs. I fucks with his grimy snarl and raspy voice. He definitely shows up on every track that I hear him on, so shout out to him. Things go deeper on the song In the War with Bun B and Corey Moe on production, reconnecting Benny to that trunk-rattling southern bounce, which is like trap soul with Texas grit. The horns on this joint are majestic and powerful. Bun B is legendary as always. Then you have Pandora's, a posse cut with Duckman and Elcamino, flexing how BSF has had the game on Simon Says mode for about a decade. And for the finale, the track Lolos. This song rides out on a soulful Bink production, closing the tape with sage advice, trust your eyes. And I'ma say this, all right? I want a whole project with Bink and Benny the Butcher. That would be fire. The pocket that Benny is on this track, and you know, I don't feel like Bink could do any wrong. Like, he's one of those producers that, yeah, there's no whack beats that come from Bink. Anytime Bink is on anything, he doesn't waste beats on nobody. And everyone, I feel like he works with people who can actually do this shit really well, because I don't hear a Bink beat in a Bink collaboration that doesn't sound fire, you know what I mean? And like, this is another testament to it. But imagine a focused project with Bink and Benny the Butcher. That would be amazing. If you guys see this, or anybody who's connected to either one of them see this, please put the bug in their ear to make this happen. A Bink and Benny the Butcher, like fully produced top to bottom project would be crazy. This song definitely made my Slick 2025 playlist. I had to put this on. Lolos is fire. Like, when I first heard it, I was actually at the gym. I was on the treadmill. I was listening and I was like, this shit sounds really good. And then I was like, let me see who produced it. And when I saw Bink, I'm like, it makes sense. It makes sense. Like, he doesn't miss, you know what I mean? Now here's the real. The first Summertime Butch was polarizing for some. A lot of folks felt Benny was on cruise control, skating through verses like the hunger was gone. But part 2, this one hits different. The production is tighter, the guest list is sharper, and Benny sounds more dialed in than he has in months. No filter, no bloat, just bars, vision, and a mission to remind you, the butcher coming, nickel. All right, that's my favorite ad-lib, you know what I'm saying? I love when he does that because it's like he's always going to say something crazy after that, you know what I mean? He's one of my favorite rappers too. So that's my time, y'all. Thank you for watching another episode of Everything Ain't For Everybody. Remember to like, comment, subscribe, hit the bell for the notifications so you know when I got the next episode popping off. You'll be right there, first in line to get that, you know what I'm saying? Thank you for tuning in, y'all. Peace.